rock that beat.
I really don't want to talk about this episode. I'm gonna be completely honest. I really don't want to talk about this episode because I got reminded of some news that happened yesterday revolving around Final Fantasy VII and that game being delayed by a month, and I'm still really upset by that. I really want to talk about it. I really do, and just explain why it's not nearly as bad as it should be and why I'm reacting like the way I should and why I shouldn't be acting like that, but I am, and it hurts. It definitely hurts, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the Boruto episode, and it wasn't very good. And it's not that it was bad. It's not realistically because it was like super bad or anything, but it ultimately didn't really serve much of a purpose besides just doing what we've been doing for like 2 fucking years at this point, which is having slice of life, like Leaf Shinobi, like filler episodes that account to nothing and just pretty much are there to just pad out the series and be longer than it unnecessarily needs to be. The episode just revolves around 3 characters that we've never fucking seen before. Need to remind you, I've been watching the show rather, for week to week for 2 fucking years. I've never seen these 2 fucking characters have their own episode before, have any fucking development besides this episode, and all of a sudden I'm supposed to fucking care about these 3. For some fucking reason, I'm supposed to fucking care about these fucking characters, even though I've never seen them before. Why? So the episode is basically just centered around a character who has a possession type summoning jutsu active on her, and she basically just can't control it because it's tied to her emotions. And the reason why it's tied to her emotions is because she doesn't like the fact that her allies, her team, and her friends, fear her, and that causes her heart to feel loneliness. So pretty much exactly what Naruto had to go through when he was a kid, except Naruto turned that loneliness into strength and power, and that determined him to become better instead of weakening him like it did with this character and made her go completely out of control. And for some reason made her arms look really creepy looking because of the possession type summoning jutsu, which doesn't get explained whatsoever. Instead of explaining how this jutsu works, because it could be interesting if they did explain it. We've never heard of this clan before that she's supposedly from, and it's supposedly supposed to be passed down to her, so someone had it before. So instead of explaining that, we instead get the episode filled with the other 2 characters of the main character's team, Enko, or however you pronounce her name, her other 2 team members. They're then just supposed to try to conquer their fears of being scared of her, and that's the episode. And just, it's like, why? It's like, why? The series should try to be focusing on Boruto, and it does sort of in this episode, because they do subtle character building and character development for him himself with the episode, because the episode is about fear and conquering that and being there for others and etc. And there's a point in the episode where Ibiki Morino, he comes back within this fucking episode and doesn't seem like he aged at all, even though it's been like 20, 30 fucking years, and he should have aged, but for some reason he fucking didn't for some reason, which just is kind of weird, really weird, honestly, because we have 2 other fucking characters who have significantly changed over the course of since the war arc, and they're significantly different than what they used to look like, which is Anko and the fucking Mizukage, but whatever, I guess. He says that nobody's able to conquer their fear, because the whole thing about him is that he's able to get information out of people. He, tortures and gets information out of others by doing that. And he says that he's never known anyone who's been able to conquer their fears. And Boruto in the episode says that that's been bothering him, and it's character development because of, the prophecy that Momoshiki had given him, and how he's going to have to be able to conquer that. And it's Boruto saying that he has unknown fears of the prophecy that was laid out for him, and etc. And it's good character development for him, but other than that, it just, he doesn't get explored whatsoever. None of the characters get explored whatsoever, besides the little information that we get about the main focus of the episode, and that's pretty much it. It doesn't progress on any further than that, and you're just left wondering, why does this episode exist? Why do any of these fucking episodes exist? Why does the character from, you know, the Land of Iron and this fucking samurai come into the Leaf Village and be a shinobi even though she's a samurai? And why is she fucking, like, bitch for no reason? Why is she so mean for no fucking reason to anybody? And why does she suddenly change by the end of the episode? And this is actually brought to my attention in the video, but Sumire is one of the key factors, not key factors, but she's a super important character in the manga. And instead, her send-off to her not being a shinobi anymore and working for the scientific ninja tool division, it wasn't handled like the way that it could have been, because she's one of the better developed characters in this fucking anime. And yet they don't handle her send-off better than what they do, and they just completely erase her out of the fucking episodes altogether. They changed the opening from what it was before because they have to, because it's not the Naruto anniversary anymore. And in the opening, they completely just erase her out from the opening. She's just not there anymore. And I'm dumbfounded, and we're gonna get another episode kind of similar to this one, except it's with more of the main cast, and it's still gonna be development that no one gives a shit about because we don't have a reason to care about any of these fucking characters. And it just, I wish they would make me want to care about these characters. I wish they would make me want to care about the cast, besides just Boruto and Sarada and Mitsuki's kind of, but they don't do that. And just, when they get into the manga content, which is going to happen in a couple weeks, most likely, they better do it the way that they should and look at what the manga did and just do that and stop treating this like this is a fucking baby show. I'm sorry, I'm very upset. Just stop treating this like it's a baby show. This isn't a baby show. This isn't a kid's show. Just go look at what Naruto did. Go look what the Naruto manga did. Go look at what the fucking Boruto manga is doing. It's so much grittier and fucking dark and depressing, and it has blood. I'm not saying blood makes everything better, but it's just look at what the previous series did, and look what the Boruto manga is taking from that and is doing with it, and is succeeding in doing with it. And just put that more into the anime and make this more enjoyable instead of giving us this slice of life bullshit. Whatever. That's all I have to say about the episode. I'll see you guys in the next fucking video. Peace out.